And good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it may be in your part of the world. Thank you for stopping by today. And we are here to talk about the Congo again. So today's subject is malnourished children. Malnourished children. So we're going to be talking about them. What can we do? And what was the situation that is before us? So let's go ahead and get started. And again, thank you for stopping by. And my name is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and we do humanitarian work in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And this is something that is close to us. It actually is an article that came out today, and it was written about malnourished children in the Kasai. And they talk about both Kasais, both formerly the East Kasai and also the West Kasai. So let's go ahead and get started. In this article, the writer went through and looked at the children while they were in the hospital. Thankfully, there wasn't a lot of pictures and everything because I'm sure it would have been very depressing. But it is the way things are going right now in the Congo. And they brought up to the fact that the Congo in general is the most food insecure country in the world. And they came to the Kasai to look at what was going on there. And the two areas that they went to, the East Kasai and the West Kasai, they talked about, they went to hospitals and went to some of the leading NGO agencies that was treating the children. And the first one was in the town of Bujimai. They went there, and one of the children that they had found was just recovering after just being admitted. Uh, a lot of the kids were probably at the point of death. They were skin and bone, very uh, listless and everything. And they was asking the mother what was going on, and she says she had twins, and how could they feed those kids? How she could feed them? And the situation, brings up food insecurity. And her problem was, she said that her husband had left her, and so she had to take care of the kids on her own. So that was her problem. Another mother they talked to said that her husband was not there because he was out doing mining for gold, for diamonds. And because, the lure of striking it rich and having diamonds was enough to put his family at peril, hoping that he gets diamond. But those are dangerous situations. A lot of the husbands never return because they are either killed in the mines or someone else kills them after they found some diamonds and everything. And that's one of the things that goes on in the Bujima area, is that it was the big diamond capital of the Kasai, and it seems to be picking up, and people are dropping everything, stopping farming, and trying to get rich quick. So that's the first, big thing that came up out of this was people abandoning farms, leaving it to the women, leaving their families with the women, and chances of getting rich with diamonds. Then they moved to the east, to the West Kasai. They actually was in Kananga, and they went to a couple of places. One of the clinics I recognized, and they were doing the same thing, treating mothers, bringing their kids in with severe malnutrition. Some of them even had acute malnutrition, and they were really again, at the point of death. So the situation that had occurred in the Kasai was they were in the West Kasai. They were uh, recovering from a um, civil war or the militia fighting against the government forces, and a lot of the people who had left the country were coming back without places to stay, without uh, you know food, without everything, and it was putting a severe strain on the economy. But the point of the matter is nobody was growing food. So that was one of the things, and I was applaud one of the agencies that who has they were not only feeding them and was not giving them food, they were helping the children recover, of course, but they was not passing out food, but they were trying to get the people back involved with farming and fishing and things so that they can be self-sufficient. And that's one of the things that we noticed when we were there in 2018. We did a food drive giving out food, is that we knew that it was only going to be temporary, and but we needed to get farming started. And so that's one of the reasons we went out and helped some farmers got to get their fields returned back to a farming conditions so that they can start producing their own food, because you cannot, people should not, and rely upon people just coming in to give them food, but they should in some way start to uh, to grow their own food because they have the land available, and it's just a matter of them looking at it from the long run perspective of growing their food versus hoping that somebody come in to uh, to give them food. And in this one community, in the refugee areas, the people were saying there was probably 1 to 2 children that was dying each day from malnutrition, which is really sad to say that those types of events still going on, and the people, the situation they're in now is emergency, that they need food, but the long-term solution is they're going to have to, at some point in time, uh, start farming in order that the food supplies is going to dry up the giveaways, and then they're going to be in the same situation. So, and that's what the doctor had reported, that, we got to get the people back to farming and fishing for their food and stuff, and don't rely on handouts. So, very disturbing. And I'll put a link to that article in the announcement. So I hope everybody can take a look at it and see what you think also, and provide me your comments on it. And like I say, this is an area that we go to, and I did not realize that it had fallen into such a condition. I knew that they were one of the areas, but when you read and see things that you know, places and you can just imagine how it must be in reality when you see reports coming in from the different clinics saying how bad it is. So, thank you very much. Uh, we will talk to you tomorrow. And as always, let's get this pandemic under control by washing our hands, socially distance ourselves, and wearing our masks. And please get the vaccines if possible. And we will talk to you tomorrow, and we will give you a follow up on what we know locally, what they're doing, and what additional help that they may need to get through this crisis condition. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.